Because it's the first annual Giraffe Day, World Giraffe Day.
Wait a minute. Isn't it the summer solstice? That's the best day of the year.
Is that tomorrow too?
I believe so.
Oh, my goodness gracious. There's so much going on. I'm overwhelmed. Let's go to Mario and Santee to make sense of it all. How are you, Mario?
Mike, I'm doing well. Thank you for taking my call.
Thanks for hanging on.
Sure. Now, you've already somewhat answered my question, but I think it's still relevant.
Yes.
Now, theoretically speaking, if back in the 1700s, the colonists were under rule, say there had been some other government that thought, hey, those colonists, their plight is just too much. We need to go liberate them from the crown. And theoretically, they were able to do so. They were able to kick them out of here and then give the colonists what they wanted, this freedom and the right to have their own government by representation. I wanted to ask you, what do you think the effect of that would have been on America? And do you think that because the colonists wouldn't have had to work so hard that they may have more easily squandered that opportunity?
Ooh, okay. First of all, Mario, I like the cut of your jib. I like the fact that you're asking these questions. This is good. I like these counter-historical examples. I just want to make sure we're on the same page. So let me paint this out again. So American colonists, right? So we're under the crown.
Uh-huh.
You're saying, what if some other force came in and wanted
France.
France. So how it really happened is we started the war in 1776, and France came in 1778. So they came in 2 years later to help us out. You're suggesting, what if France came to the colonies and said, hey, colonists, you're being mistreated, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You should fight a war with England.
Exactly.
Oh. Excellent.
Shall we write that one down?
They would have just, because they didn't have to work for it themselves. It's the same. It's like socialism. You don't have to work for it. It's not as valuable to you. Have we become socialist liberators?
Oh, Mario, what did you eat for breakfast? I like it. Mario, let me ask you one more quick question. Are you going to bring your dog to work today?
Man, don't even get me on the dog.
And it's gone.
Let me talk this out here because this is a wonderful question. I believe the answer would be no. I don't think the revolution would have happened like it would have, because the colonists wouldn't have gone through the efforts and lengths and repetitions of why a revolution was necessary. Right, they wouldn't have needed to make the great speeches, to write the Federalist Papers, to have the debates about what we should do after the revolution and why. They wouldn't have had to make a list of grievances like they would. They would have said, "Oh, France thinks we should go to war. All right, let's fight a war." Right? There wouldn't have been the philosophical underpinnings and foundations that were laid and we are living on now. What do you think of that? Is that where you're going?
No, man, you know what? You hit it right on the dot. These things are philosophical at the root. And if that philosophy of liberty and freedom is not what's driving the people to become responsible in stealing their form of government that they want, then it's not going to last. Just like everything else is not going to last. And
Mario,
so you had already answered that very much so in your last segment. I hope I wasn't being too repetitive.
Repetitive. You hit it out of the park, brother. Well done, sir.
Cool.
Thank you very much for listening. What an honor to have you listening, Mario. Really. And I'm being serious. The fact that you think that way, I'll tell you, there's people all across San Diego right now who feel better, Mario, knowing that they're not alone. I hope you feel better knowing you're not alone. That's how we think.